Welcome back everybody. Today we're gonna play Omen on Bind. Today is day 25 of playing every agent on every map. Today we have the first agent that has a second video. We already had Omen on Ascent, now we have Omen on Bind. By the way, I'm wondering what you guys' rank are. For one of you guys, I already know that. I'm kind of curious what you guys' rank are and if you're improving in any way, shape or form. And if you're already down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I'm trying to reach 500 subs before the end of the year and I only have 3 days left, which means I need to get 200 subs in 3 days, which is almost impossible, but I think we can reach it. By the way, this is my shop today. I like the AWP, but the else is just straight ass. Starting off with A-side defense. On A-side defense, one of the best smokes you can throw is a smoke right here. A smoke right here blocks off the people from trying to go up here, and it also kind of gives you a one-way you can kind of peek into or jiggle to get information over the people here. You can also just hold that. There's a possibility of the enemy spamming you though, so it's not really a thing I'd recommend all the time. Another thing you can do when you have a smoke right here, and you're gonna wanna try to do a aggressive TP play, is to start running over here, TP in towards this back corner, and TP at the same time through the teleporter. Like that you mask the noise of your TP and they won't be able to hear you, or most likely not be able to check you close in the corner right here. But I'd wait for that if the enemies all have already checked this corner and they're like around here or even around here. They're not gonna insta look back and you're gonna have a free time killing them. I don't recommend doing that play a lot of times because after like one or twice of you doing that, they most likely expect it. Other things you can do to throw off the enemies is to TP up here before the run even starts and then just hold one side. If you see somebody going over towards this side, you just back down and fall down. But if you have somebody right here, you can just back down, get a kill and then instantly TP back. Like that you're safe and you already have taken one enemy from the enemy team and they're most likely gonna lose the round because they have less players. Other spots you can play as Omen are similar to chamber spots, but they are not like as good to play on an Omen. For example, if you play up here, this spot is fine because you can just drop down here safe, but I wouldn't recommend you be up here or even up here. Because like that, you can't get away quickly, because if you drop down here, you're still open towards the players here. If you drop down towards the other side, you're still open to all of the players here. So I don't recommend you play up here. But this spot right here is fine. The spot on top of triple is also fine, because you can just drop down here and you're safe. You can also play up here. It's more of a risky play, but you usually get at least 1 or 2 kills, and if you have a teammate backside helping you, it's a pretty good spot. The only problem you have with this spot right here is that you can't smoke long, and you can barely even smoke hookah. Like you have to jump down 1 layer to smoke hookah. So playing that spot on an Omen is possible if you think they are coming A, but if they are coming B, you have to be the one to leave that spot pretty quickly because you can't smoke long. Another good thing you can do to stall out a lot of the enemies is to just wait here, and then as soon as maybe the Raze or somebody else goes in, you flash. Like that you flash anyone on this lane close, you flash the people up here, you flash the people close here, and anyone in this lane has to wait, and the Raze that is entering or the chat that is entering or whatever entry they have is going to be alone on site and a free kill for your teammates. The best defensive smokes are smokes up here. You can also smoke down here and then just hold the people coming up here, and a smoke right here. Always place the smokes flush here so that people can't walk out or get a good angle on you. And it is pretty good to play backside if you throw a smoke right here, because then the people on top gotta clear a lot of corners and they're gonna be isolated. Another thing you can do a lot on Omen is to play shotguns, because on Omen you can just throw a smoke right here and then just walk out, or you can also TP into corners and then use that to kill people. Shotguns are, in my opinion, pretty strong on an Omen because he has a lot of flexibility in his playstyle, and you can just hide in a smoke with a shotgun, get a kill, then TP out, get another kill, and it's pretty easy. Another thing you can sometimes do, if they smoke right here, and you yourself smoke right here, and you have a lot of people shooting at the same time, you can TP up towards this corner and get free kills on the people, because if you're shooting they won't be able to hear you, and you can have a free TP up here and then you can kill the people inside, you can kill the people close, and it's just a really good play. A similar thing can be done right here. When they smoke here or place a sage wall right here, you smoke short, You then either flash copy and TP up here. It's kind of risky because there can be people right here, and then focus on the people right here. Or you flash lamps and then TP up. Because the people down here are most likely not going to look up. The people over here are going to be flashed and you have a free time killing those people. So I'd recommend the second variant. The first variant is just a little unsafer. But if you have the information that there's everyone inside this cubby here, or just like close here or close here, this one works pretty well as well. Switching over towards B. I'm going to start off with a pretty meme play right now. This is, if you place a smoke down here, it looks like you messed up the smoke, but you can actually hide inside of the smoke. Say play I found on TikTok, and I found it kind of works. Sometimes it also works some other times where it just gets sprayed. But if you are hiding in here, especially with a shotgun and not peeking out, you can get some kills on the people trying to come in, because you're gonna see their legs first, and it's like a reverse one way where the people walking can see it above it, but they can't see inside of the smoke, and you just get free kills. It's a pretty risky play. I wouldn't recommend you ever do that in a game. Maybe on a Nico round or a bonus round where you think, yeah, they might try to go hookah fast, but else it's just most of the time not worth it. On B, you have a couple of options for good smokes. One good smoke is one right here to cut off the people from coming into hookah. You can then play on top of these boxes. You can also play on top of these boxes. It is also really helpful if you have two players. The player over on this side shoots all the util that comes out. For example, a Sova drone, a raise nade, not a raise nade, a raise boombot, a skydog, fade dog, just whatever comes in here. This guy baits for them, and the guy in the corner playing here close, probably with a shotgun, then just gets all of the kills, because the people are going to be focused on the other guy. Another good smoke you can use to defend is a smoke right here, to stop the people from coming out of hookah. You can then either play close here, wait for them to walk in, or even play close in the smoke right here, most likely with a shotgun, and just wait for them to come out and get free kills. You can also just hide down here, but it's sometimes expected for people to be hiding down here. Better spot to play, especially on an Omen, is right here, because the people are most likely not going to check you. You can just hold here. If they are coming out long, you can still kind of get a kill on them, and then just TP back in towards tube, and you're out safe, and the people can't really do anything to you. The other smoke you use on long is either one like this one in the beginning of the round, to make your team be able to take this orb, because the people won't be fast enough to go through the smoke and pick up a kill on you, except if they have maybe a Sova dart. If you are two players here, the one can hold for the Sova dart, the other guy can just get the orb and then get out. Other things you can do is a smoke right here to stop them from coming out long, and then you can just play up here. You can play close in this corner here. You can then place a smoke right here, even sometimes go in the smoke, try to get a kill, and just like play around the smoke. You can also come out here in the back, get a kill on long, and then go back. Or you place a smoke right here to stop them from even coming out of long, because it blocks off everything, and you can hide in a lot of different spots. For example, up here, as an Omen, you can even go up here and hold people. By the way, if they are jumping behind on this flowers thing right there, you can have a free kill on them if you're playing up here, and then you can just fall back down and go back to elbow. You can do a similar thing on long as you did in short with your flash. Just wait up here. If there are people coming up long and you have a teammate playing close here, you can then just go for the flash, and your teammate close here can then peek out, and everyone is probably running back, and he can get some free kills. This is best combined with a smoke down here, by the way, so the people that are far enough behind so they don't get flash can't see them, and you can get free kills on them. By the way, there's two important use cases for your ult. First of all, you can use your ult to reposition towards B side or A side, whatever side you're playing on, and your teammate is calling out, yeah, they're coming fast wherever they are playing, and you're not on that side. Or you can also use your ult to go inside of the TP without the enemy noticing it. This is really good if they decide to come B, or if they're like going hookah. They're not gonna expect you in here. Go out, get 3 kills, and then go back into the TP and be a nuisance for the enemy team. By the way, the same thing also works if you TP on the other TP. They won't be able to hear you most of the times, unless you TP like in the corner close. So I'd always recommend you TP in the back. And it's a really unexpected play. It's really good for crunching people, for example, right here, or in front of hookah. Switching over towards attack. On attack, you have a couple of different options too. Firstly, I recommend you always at least jiggle peek this spot or use any some util to clear that out. And another thing I see a lot of Omen players do, or just smokes in general, is to place a smoke right here. This smoke is really bad because the people can be hiding in it and then they can go out, kill you here, go out, kill you here, or just spam you on the default plant spot, and there's no way in hell where you can take lamps. So don't use your smokes right here. There's a couple of different smokes you can use. You can either use a smoke here and then one in heaven to block off the heaven angle and to block off the close angle. You just gotta have a teammate coming from showers though to help your team out. Because if they're not coming from showers, this is open, the people can peek from here, disrupt your plant, the people can peek from over here, disrupt your plant. And it's a really bad situation. You can counterplay that by using a smoke right here and then using another smoke right here. You gotta be more careful about heaven though like this, and yet you can get spammed through this smoke right here. Let's also you want to take all offside, for example with a breach ult. You can use a smoke right here in CT and one in heaven to clear to take all of side, even backside. But you need a lot of util for that, so I'd only recommend if you have like a fade ult, a breach ult, or a harbor ult or something like that that covers a lot of space and makes them go out of sight. There's also one more option, which is the OG option, like the oldest smokes there used to be on this map, is a smoke right here and then another smoke up here. Like this, you give your team the least amount of space, but it's really good because you can plant here, here, like all over this place, and especially if you have a sage that can wall through here, these smokes are pretty good. By the way, you can do a similar play like I showed you on defense where you TP in that corner, but you instead TP in this corner close here. You just gotta be careful about people being in this close corner. If you do the Saita play, flash like this, TP, and then TP here. You heard the TP sound, the enemies think you TP'd over, and you're most of the time gonna have a free kill. Don't do that with the spike though, because if you have the spike and you die, you're just gonna throw the round for your team because it's really hard to get the spike from here, especially if your team doesn't have any smokes. Other decent TPs you can do is a TP when you have a smoke right here, go inside of the smoke and then TP up here. I'd recommend you have people shooting so they won't really see you. And I also recommend you have a smoke either blocking off CT or just blocking off the view from CT, like one right here. Because the people from CT can see you while you TP up here, and then you're free kill for those people. If you want to be a TikTok Omen, you can do a play like this where you smoke here, use your second smoke here close, and then you run in, TP on top, and then TP backside. People are not going to expect you being behind them, and they're not going to turn around because usually there's a lot of people shooting, and then you can get free kills on whoever plays backside or who's just coming out of CT, and you can play close here and you're just a nuisance to the enemy team. Switching over towards B. On B you can do something like that in the beginning of the round to get closer up high, and you can also then insta flash for your teammate all of hookah. So they're gonna be blind. Don't forget, your flash is a near sight, so people playing close with shotguns are gonna have an easy time killing your team. So always tell that your team, people close with shotguns are probably not gonna be blind. For smokes on B, there's basically two ones you always have to make. One in elbow, and one here, in CT. You can also like leave the elbow one out, but you gotta have to take elbow and then smoke hookah if you don't want to take hookah. You can then flash elbow with a flash like this to clear it out, and your team can then hold elbow. And just don't, sometimes you just don't want to take hookah because hookah is a death trap, especially on eco rounds. People like to play shotguns close there. And if you don't want to take it, just smoke off hookah, smoke off CT, and flash elbow, so your team can take elbow, and it's basically a free site for you. On B, there's not really that many good TPs you can use to get into site, but there's a lot of good TPs you can use once you're on site. Let's say you have planted right here, and you are holding from back here. You can get a kill by peeking out here, and then just running back, TPing out. You gotta be careful about elbow though. Same thing also counts for if you're playing cubby. Peek out, get a kill, TP back. Or if you're playing here front side, you get a kill right here. You can then TP back into hookah if you have hookah, and you confuse the enemies because they think, yeah, you could have TP'd anywhere. and in hookah is just a pretty good spot to hold the spike. By the way, the same thing also counts if you're trying to get out of hookah. You can TP into this corner. The people from here are going to be able to see you, and the people in cubby are going to be able to see you. But if you flash cubby like this, and then just TP out into this corner right here, you're going to be pretty hard to spot for the people over here, and you have a good spot to kill the people in the cubby, kill them, and then kind of entry for your team as well. If I had to give Omen a rating from S to F tier, I would give him the A tier. Even though a lot of pros don't play him on this map, they play agents like Astra, Brim, or even Viper in combination with one of these two, I think Omen is still a pretty strong agent, especially for ranked if you play Bind. He's not like the best, but he's still up there with one of the best. I think Omen isn't played that often in pro play because he doesn't really have that many one-ways on Bind, so he's not as good as most of the other agents. That would be it from me though. If you have any questions or suggestions which agents I should play next and on which map, write them down in the comments. And if you're already down there, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can reach those 500 followers before the end of the year. Also come say hi to me on Twitch where I stream almost daily. I really hope you have a great rest of your day and see you guys very soon. Bye!